Hi, welcome. My name is Success Bright. Today on Focus Africa series, I'll be hosting a very special guest from Mombasa, Kenya. His name is Charles Maslinga, and I want to welcome you specially to all my viewers to this program today. Focus Africa series is a platform where we interview successful leaders from around Africa using their story to inspire others. We share the stories of their challenges and the stories of their successes. These stories are meant to tell us that we can achieve anything we set our mind to achieve. If these people could do it in this continent, we can do it without migrating to any of the Canada and to the UK and to the US and all that. So welcome on this show today. I want to, implore all of you to stay focused, ask as many questions as possible, and also engage myself and Mr. Charles on this show today. Subsequently, we'll be bringing you a whole lot of other special guests from around Africa. But today, let's get right into the business. Welcome, Mr. Charles.
Thank you so much, Mr. Success. Thank you so much for having me. I am very happy to be here once again.
Oh, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. So we'll get right into this. We have just 30 minutes to do justice to a whole lot we have to discuss on this show today. Just before we get right into it, I want to appreciate Business Day Media, especially for this opportunity to host guests from around Africa. We don't take it lightly. So Business Day Media gives us this opportunity to engage people across the continent, to share the beautiful stories, stories of how we are making Africa prosperous, stories of how we're contributing to the growth of Africa. So today, I've already introduced our guest, so I want to run um, a brief of his profile so that you get to know who we are talking to. Charles Vasily is an inspirational speaker. He's a corporate trainer, a coach, and a leader from Mombasa, Kenya. He is the founder of and CEO of Personal Corporate Development Company, which is a leadership and public speak coaching and training company, and also serves as a youth director, a youth representative at Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mombasa chapter. He is the Director Administration at Youth Empowerment Program Initiative, which is a non-profit youth-led organization providing economic opportunities for young people in coastal region of Kenya. He is the alumni of Yali Regional Leadership Center and Western Institute in the United States of America. Charles is also a scholar of CAS Scholars Program, which is implemented initiatives of change international. He is driven by the need for people to cover and maximize their true purpose in life so as to create significant mark in the world. So this is one of the reasons why we chose to speak with Charles today. He is driven by the passion to make a significant impact in people's life. And I must tell you, we hosted Charles in June, and true to what his profile says, Charles was very, very impactful at that program. A whole lot of people were impressed with what he did, his contribution to the program, and all that. So, Charles, what did Nature capture? Tell us more about yourself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Success. I appreciate this, and yeah, as an African and as a young leader, I think I have to commend this wonderful initiative that you're doing for the fact that Africa needs this, and I am looking forward to your questions so that I can be able to make justice to them.
Okay, Charles, you run a leadership program in Kenya. I want to actually find out what inspired you to do that. You were supposed to be looking for money. You were supposed to be working 8 to 6 in an office. You're supposed to be, doing other jobs that gives you more money. Why did you decide to run a leadership program meant to make impact and empower people?
You see, let me tell you something, Mr. Success. You see, everyone is driven by something called passion and purpose. When you discover your passion and purpose, money will only be secondary thing. And I am doing this thing because I believe that I was born to do this. And when I'm doing this on a single day and helping people discover themselves and become better and great leaders, I believe it's connected to my calling in life and my purpose in life. And when every human being activates that and lives in their true purpose in life, we will not have people who are into wrong careers. We will not have people who are making choices and decisions based on money. We will make people who will be actually doing the things that they were wired and created to do. And we will see this continent of Africa transform. And I believe the reason as to why this continent of Africa is not becoming the greatest continent and making sure it maximizes its full potential is because people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing when it comes to their true purpose in life. Many people are either comparing or competing themselves with other people, and that is why they are not walking through the true destinies that I believe if everyone walks in that, then Africa will have changed and become a better place.
Talking about changing Africa, I'd like to take this in an institutionalized way. You know, most people believe that the problem with Africa is leadership. Now, you come down for countries like Nigeria and some other countries in, East Africa. We believe that corruption, it's adjudged that corruption is one of the biggest challenges that the continent have. It's been stalling progress and order. So when we talk about political leadership, for instance, what is your view on where we are as a continent? What is your view on that in terms of leadership?
I think the problem comes down to our people, the people who vote. You know, we have been wired to realize, we have been wired to operate in a way like we don't have power. All right. We have been wired to operate whereby we believe that the solutions to our problems are a certain political leaders or a certain group of people who can help us. But that's not the truth. If Africans, if the voters could unite and stay true to themselves and make sure that they elect the right people, then I think we can transform our lives, because we are operating in a continent whereby every election to election, the handouts that political leaders give out have wired our us to forget some of the mistakes that these political leaders have been doing in the past. And these handouts are, I think, one of the biggest things that are affecting us as Africa, because you will have to ask yourself, where is this political leader getting the handouts to give you? They are getting it from somewhere, such that if they are buying your vote, in quotes, when they get into that office, they need to repay back the source of the handout and prepare for the next election. So I think we need mentality shift as Africans, as the people who are voting, trickle down from the ordinary African. We have to have a mentality change where we look at leaders not as people who are above, but people who should serve us. And I think leadership needs to change from being a perspective where people are on top of us to a perspective where people are serving us. And when we treat our political leaders like that, when we treat anyone in leadership like that, then I think that can change. But it has to first change through the mindset. Every African needs to understand that a leader is to serve. The work of a leader is to serve and not anything else. When we get to understand that, I think we can be able to transform this continent to a better place.
I think this is a very, very serious challenge. The issue of politicians giving out money handouts to people in Nigeria during some elections, you see politicians giving people as 5,000. So that is 1,000 for 1 year, or 4,000, 1,000 for 1 year. And these things happen across Africa. It's not just a Nigerian problem. And so it brings me to the next question. What practical steps do we really need to take for this reorientation that we need, especially amongst the youth? Because they say that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. So what practical steps should we take to address this challenge?
Number one, Mr. Success. Number one practical step we should take is that we are the leaders of today. The young people are the leaders of today and not tomorrow. So we should take charge today. You know, we should not wait for anything else or anyone else. You know, young people need to unite themselves. They need to operate in unity and have a clear understanding as far as making sure that they are aware that they are the majority and the biggest people or population of decision makers when it comes to political sides and political decisions in our continent. So young people need to speak one voice, need to have one voice, and need to operate in one direction. So the first step I think young people should do is they have to have a clarity and understanding that they are the decision maker and they are the say. They should be the one to offer the say and not wait for someone who is giving them handouts to tell them what to do. They should start by doing what they should be doing. And this is a courageous and bold move, Mr. Success. It's not easy. It's not going to be an easy ride, but it takes one young person to make a decision to their lives and to themselves and to tell themselves, my vote is not being exchanged with any handout. I will vote for the person I believe is the one leader that will serve us best, and I don't need any handout from that particular person. When that happens, I think that can go a very long way. But at the same time, Mr. Success, the root cause as to why young people are receiving handouts in our continent is because many people in Africa are operating in poverty level, and poverty makes people to be desperate. And when people are desperate, the one with the money will come and do anything so that people who is desperate can buy into their ideas of these people. So I think as young people are having a mentality shift, I think we need as young people to develop our economic muscles. We need to develop our economic muscles so that we can be able to ensure that no one can come to us and manipulate us, because we are no longer operating in poverty and we have a say. So when our economic muscles are strong as young people, then our political side and our political decision cannot be tempered because we have a strong economic muscle. So I think young people, as far as they're changing their mindset, they need to start to operate their economic muscles and work on ensuring that they are coming out of poverty deliberately through means of hard work, excellence, and passion. That's it.
Interesting contributions. Mr. Charles, you've been at the forefront of leadership development in Kenya, especially in Kenya. And I want to ask you, what other fundamental challenges installing Africa's growth? What other fundamental challenges apart from political leadership installing Africa's growth?
Yeah. The challenge I can say is that as Africans, number one, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in ourselves. All right. There are many different trade agreements that are not working in Africa because we believe that the best product needs to come from a continent somewhere else. We believe the best product can be produced in a continent somewhere else. And that is actually making us to lose a lot of inter-country trade and trade within Africa. So that's number one thing about believing in ourselves, that, hey, we can do this and we can produce the same products and get to the other level is very important. The second thing I can say is limiting us as Africa in terms of growth and development is that, you know, it's so expensive to fly from, let's say, in my country to India than it is from my country to Nigeria, for example, or West Africa. So I think some of these things, if we can have a sense of trade within Africa, where Africa trades with herself, African countries are operating and trading within ourselves, then I think that can create a very good combination where we are buying Africa and building Africa. I think that can go a very, very long way. The other challenge I can say definitely is leadership. You know, everything rises and falls on leadership. So I think leadership plays a very big role as far as our African countries is concerned. And if we can have a new breed of leaders who will transform this continent and make it to rise to its true potential, I think that can go a very long way. And leadership, Mr. Success, starts with you and me. You know, you're doing a very amazing project. You're doing outstanding work. I think it's high time you also compare or consider getting into those political offices, because you can never change the policies if you're outside. So we need people like you to go out there and get into those offices and change the policies, and other young people who are operating and doing great and outstanding work like you do. And this, I believe, can change Africa. It may not be immediately, but it will be definitely.
I want to say a big thank you to Business Day too for supporting us to reach out to make Africa better. Platforms like theirs have helped us a great deal. And thank you so much too for joining me to make such impact. Now, Mr. Charles, if everything I've discussed with me already is in place right now, what opportunities, if we should encourage collaborations based on these things we've discussed, based on the fact that they are on ground, what opportunities exist in Kenya for millennials, for young people, for other investors from across Africa? What opportunities exist in Kenya for them?
Well, there are many opportunities. The first thing is agriculture. You know, Kenya, we are having a very, very big opportunity when it comes to agriculture. We have the best tea in the world. We have one of the best coffees in the world. So I can say agriculture plays a significant role in this country of ours. The other thing is about tech. You know, tech is having a big potential when it comes to Africa, and we can have a lot of opportunities on tech issues and tech matters in this particular country. And any investor who wants to invest in Kenya, they can come and have a sense on the tech potential and the tech capability that we have in Kenya. We also have tourism. You know, we have the best big five and the best tourist destinations in this country, from the natural wildlife to the sandy sea, sandy oceans and sandy beaches of the coastal region of Kenya. And this is just amazing. And there's still a lot of opportunities in here. And also the blue economy, where we have the seas, the ocean, and the lakes in the country, where there are still many opportunities in the blue economy, where people can still invest in and get into and develop themselves through investing in Kenya.
All right, sir. So do we have an enabling business environment to match the opportunities in Kenya? Are government policies favorable? I'll give you an instance. In Nigeria, you can wake up one morning and open a store in front of your house and start selling something and start making money. I mean, in other countries like Benin Republic as well, you can easily start up a business and get something off the ground. Do we have enabling environment for businesses to take off and thrive in Kenya?
100%, Mr. Success. We have many, numerous enabling environments for business in our country. Number one, you can register your business in 24 hours in our country and get the registration certificate. Between 24 to 48 hours, you can have your business registered. It is done online. You don't have to visit any office. It is done online, purely online. We have a lot of financial institutions who are offering loans at low or no interest rates to facilitate your business and develop your business. We have many training institutions that are actually incubating startups in this country, so that you can be able to thrive and grow and develop in your venture and develop it further. We have Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Kenya, which is playing a significant role in helping businesses thrive and operate and giving them maximum support that they need so that they can be able to thrive and develop their businesses and their ventures. We have other private organizations that can actually give capital in terms of businesses, ideas, and business that are operating. If those businesses are deemed to be profitable, we have angel investors, and we have people who can actually wake up every single day looking for businesses to invest in this country, as long as they are viable and they have a future to succeed. And these are some of the numerous things to make Kenya a place where business can thrive and business can succeed very, very well.
All right, so talking about enabling environment, government policies, corruption. In Sierra Leone today, Transparency International have rated Sierra Leone as one of the, amongst the first 5 countries that are doing well in terms of being corrupt-free, fighting corruptions and all that. And I know in Nigeria, they've also been doing a lot, in terms of fighting corruption and all that. But I like the case of Sierra Leone. Under the leadership of Barrister Francis Benkafiala, who is the Anti-Corruption Commissioner in Sierra Leone, he's been doing a lot to redeem the image of Sierra Leone from corruption stories, cases, things that present Bureau is guilty. You talk to an average Sierra Leonean, they will tell you that our country Hello, Mr. Charles, are you there?
Yes, I am there. I am there, Mr. Success. Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Okay, sorry for the break in transmission as well. So I was asking that how would you rate the government, the politicians in Kenya, in your country, in terms of leadership capacities that help businesses grow, in terms of personal corruption index, in terms of the general leadership improvement in your country?
There is hope. We have our own challenges, but the truth is there is a lot of hope when it comes to Kenya. I believe in this country. I believe in my country. I love this country, and I believe we are actually going to get better. But when it comes to business environment and running your businesses in this country, I think this is the best place in even the East Africa region where it comes to running and starting a venture and a business. You know, apart from the government, we have a lot of private institutions, a lot of private bodies that are working tirelessly to ensure that they develop their entrepreneurial capacity in this nation so that we can have it favorable for other investors to come on board and to ensure that we are actually developing and growing and thriving other people in businesses and investors as well. So that's what I can say about this country, Mr. Success.
Okay, that's beautiful. So we are gradually coming to the closing stages of this discussion this afternoon. But not without me asking you, you've already told us the businesses that thrive in Kenya, agriculture and the rest. Tell us, how can you, in your capacity or in your company capacity, help people who want to invest in Kenya, facilitate businesses? Do you have structures on ground? Do you do them on a personal capacity? Or do you liaise with the Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industries where you're a representative? How do you do things in case we want to invest or do business in Kenya?
Well, anyone who wants to invest in my country and they need support, they can email me. You can share my email address to this platform. And at the same time, there is a structure where I can introduce either through my organization or through other government bodies where I can introduce investors who want to invest in this country and be able to make sure that they get the best facilitators to ensure that their targets to invest in this country is actually a success. So they are actually mechanism and means where one can actually succeed and invest into this country of Kenya.
Okay, please tell us more about your company, personal and corporate development company, and the things you do.
Thank you so much for that. So the Personal and Corporate Development Company is a company that focuses on developing individuals to become greater and better leaders. So we are a consulting company and a coaching company that helps professionals and individuals become better in their leadership. So we run leadership courses for individuals. We do training and management training for companies. We do team building for companies, and also we help professionals become better communicators through our public speaking and training coaching sessions that we do in this company. And we are actually seeing that we are doing our part as far as helping and developing leaders in Kenya and even in Africa is concerned.
Beautiful. What are your plans in the next 5 years, 2 to 5 years, Mr. Charles, and how have these plans, things you've been working on for a very long time, making impact in the continent?
Come again, please.
What are your plans in the next 2 to 5 years as Mr. Charles and as the director of your company? What plans do you have in the next 5 years, and how are they making impact in the continent?
Well, I plan actually to expand and make sure I serve many people in Africa. This is my calling, Mr. Success. So I plan to maybe come to Nigeria and influence Nigerians, go to West Africa and influence West Africans, go to South Africa, North Africa, you know, by all means, I want to ensure that I help my fellow African brothers and sisters have a mentality shift as when it comes to their leadership growth and leadership development, so that they can actually be part of the solution and not consider being part of the problem. And my vision in life is to make Africa, when the world is talking about Africa, they stop asking themselves, what can we do for Africa? And they will actually say, what can we do with Africa? Because we are being, for the longest period of time, be considered as a continent that is depending on aid, as a continent that is expecting this kind of financial support. But I want to change that, Mr. Success. I want, when people are coming to Africa, they don't come to Africa to, help us or, make us get this grant or something like that, but make Africa be a sustainable Africa, so that when people are coming to us as Africans, we have a say that is significant as theirs.
All right. On the show 2 weeks ago, Mr. Ernest Akilola also said he has a burden to put Africa on the map, Africa companies. He questioned why we can't have Right Instinct International, why we can't have a List International or Personal and Corporate Company International. This means we are all passionate about putting Africa on the map. And my very next guest on this show is going to be the Minister for Youth and Youth Affairs in Sierra Leone, Honorable Minister Mohamed Bangura. So all of us are so passionate about this continent and we want to move it forward. So I want to thank you, especially Mr. Charles, for coming on this show from Mombasa, Kenya. We appreciate you and we're glad having you here today. I've been able to gather from you that first, Africa has a future. There is a hope for this continent, and if all of us can put our hands together, they can move the continent forward. And there needs to be a reorientation. That's where it begins, because a lot of us are focused on the wrong things right now. A lot of us do not even believe in the future of the continent. That's why at every opportunity we want to run away to where things are working. I like to quote Tony Blair. He once said, let me paraphrase, Africans will be built by Africans. Africa will be built by Africans. No one else is going to do it for us. We'll be here and we'll build Africa. I have so much belief in this continent, and that is why we're focusing on people who are already doing the right things, even with all the challenges we have. We do believe that this country can become better from what it is, from the political challenges, unemployment challenges, insecurity challenges, and all that. So thank you so much, Mr. Charles, for coming on this show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Success, for having me. And it's a very, very great honor to be part of this platform. And yeah, please feel free to reach out in making sure that this vision that you have for Africa is actually brought to fruition, because we are about collaboration. And when we collaborate, we can go far together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And to all our viewers on Business Day NG YouTube channel, I want to appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here every Saturday by 12 noon to watch our guests speak. And next week, we'll be having the Honorable Minister for Youth Affairs. By afternoon, I'd like all of you to tune in. Let's have questions for him. Let's have a chat and engage him on this live stream. Thank you so much, Business Day Media, for making this possible. Until next time, next week, my name is Success.